In the previous lecture, we discussed about time varying fields. We discussed three cases of time varying fields. The first case was the loop was static, but the strength of the magnetic field is varying with respect to time. Second was the strength of the magnetic field is constant, but the loop was moving with some velocity. And the third case is both the loop and the magnetic field is varying. Okay, that means the loop is moving with some velocity and the magnetic field is varying with respect to time. Okay, so today we'll be discussing about the concept of displacement current. Now let's recall in electromagnetic fields, static electromagnetic fields, del cross H equals to J. This is what Maxwell form of Ampere's second rule. Okay. We also know that divergence of curl of any vector field is zero. That means del cross H equals to zero. And what is del cross H? J. So you can write del dot J equal to zero. We also know continuity of current equation del dot J equals to minus of del T of rho V. Okay, that is non-zero. Equation of continuity says that del dot J equals to minus of del T of rho V. Okay, so that is non-zero, you know. Now in time varying electric field and magnetic field, means time varying electromagnetic fields, del cross H equals to J plus JD. It's not del cross H equals to J, it's del cross H equals to J plus JD. JD is called displacement current density. Okay, J is conduction current density, JD is displacement current density. So we are modifying the equation in case of time varying fields. We are adding one more extra term, JD. So the equation becomes del cross H equals to J plus JD. Okay. Now del cross H equals to 0. So you can write del dot J plus del dot JD equal to 0. And from this you can write del dot JD equals to minus of del dot J equals to del rho V by delta T equals to del T of del dot D. How? What is point form of Gauss law or Maxwell form of Gauss law? Del dot D, divergence of electric flux density equals to volume charge density. All this concept I have discussed in my previous lectures. Del dot D equals to rho V, you already know. Just substitute del dot D, so you get del D by delta T. So JD is equal to del T of D. That means del D by delta T. Rate of change of electric flux density is equal to displacement current density. This is what we got. Okay. So as I said, the term JD is known as displacement current density and J is the conduction current density, which is given as J equal to sigma A. Okay. Now this insertion of JD term was one of the major contributions of Maxwell. Without the term JD, electromagnetic wave propagation, radio or TV waves will be impossible. See, at low frequencies, JD is usually neglected. Okay, low frequencies. In olden days, they were not very high frequencies. In olden days, they were mostly low frequencies. High frequencies are in this era. Okay, but in those era, there are only low frequencies. So at low frequencies, JD is neglected. But at radio frequencies or high frequencies, the both quantities means J and JD are comparable. The two terms are comparable. Okay. So because at the time of Maxwell, high frequency sources are not available, the equation could not be verified experimentally. But yet years later, Hertz succeeded in generating and detecting radio waves and verified the above equation. Okay. Radio signals, radar and sonar signals, TV signals are all having high frequencies. So we know JD is displacement current density. So what is displacement current? ID equals to what? Surface integration of J dot ds, and JD equals to del T by delta T, del D by delta T. So I equals to integration of del D by delta T dot ds. This is nothing but displacement current. One very good example of displacement current is when you apply AC across the capacitor, AC supply across the capacitor, the current which is flowing through the capacitor is nothing but displacement current. Okay, because in capacitor we have two conducting plates separated by dielectric medium. So current cannot flow directly like how it flows in conductors. So the current flowing in the capacitor is nothing but displacement current JD. Sorry, displacement current ID. Okay. Here also Ampere's law is applicable. H dot dl equals to J dot ds equals to I enclosed equals to I. Okay. In this case for figure B, H dot dl equals to J dot ds equals to I enclosed equals to 0. So let's have a quick summary of the Maxwell equations. Del dot equals to V, del dot B equal to 0, del cross equals to minus of del B by delta T. This is for which case? This equation value is valid for which case? When the loop is static and the strength of the magnetic field is varying with respect to time. In that case, this equation holds. Del cross equals to minus of del B by delta T. Fourth one is del cross H equals to J plus del D by delta T. Okay. As I said now, we have included one more term JD, that is displacement current density in case of time varying field. So Ampere's law, integral form of Ampere's law gets modified. H dot del equals to J plus del D by delta T dot ds. Okay. We'll move on to the next chapter. The next chapter is electromagnetic waves. So some examples of electromagnetic waves are radio waves, TV signals, radar beams, and light rays. Now all the forms of electromagnetic energy share three fundamental characteristics. Okay. They travel with high velocity. They assume the property of waves. They radiate outward from a source. Waves radiate outward from a source. They are travel with very high velocity. All these have similar properties. Now, what are basically waves? They are a means of transporting energy and information. What waves carry? They carry information with them. Radio waves, they carry information with them. TV signals, they carry information with them. When you talk over mobile phone, carries information with them. So they are a means of transporting energy and information. And to carry information, we need energy also. Okay. Now we'll discuss about four types of media here. There are four types of media: free space, lossless dielectrics, lossy dielectrics, good conductors. Free space means what? Epsilon equals to epsilon naught, mu equals to mu naught, sigma equal to 0. That means in free space there is no conductivity, there is no conduction of current. Conduction current is 0, so conduction current density also 0 in free space. In case of lossless dielectrics, conductivity is 0, but epsilon equals to epsilon naught epsilon r, mu equals to mu naught into mu r. You all know all this. Conductivity is very less. Conductivity is very less in lossless dielectrics. A perfect dielectric is one which does not allow any conduction. Okay. Lossy dielectrics. Lossy dielectrics means what? It is not a good dielectric, means it will allow some conduction. So conductivity is not equal to 0. And epsilon equals to epsilon naught epsilon r, mu equals to mu naught into mu r. Okay. So lossy dielectrics, it will allow some conduction. That means conductivity is not equal to 0. And good conductors means what? Conductivity will very high. Very good conductors means conductivity will very high. So conductivity is almost equals to infinity. Okay, conductivity is very high. So we'll discuss now about waves in general for free space. How wave traverse in free space. So you all know free space. For free space, conductivity means sigma is zero. For a plane wave in space, the electric and magnetic field lines are perpendicular to each other, and they're perpendicular to wave direction also. What is the meaning of this? You try to understand. See my fingers here. All these fingers are perpendicularly placed. Okay. Suppose this is direction of electric field. This is direction of magnetic field. Okay. Suppose this is the x-axis. This is y-axis. So x-axis, y-axis means what? Electric and magnetic field are perpendicular to each other, and this is z-axis. The wave will traverse in the direction perpendicular to both electric and magnetic field. That means if this is x-axis, this is y-axis. In x-axis we have electric field, y-axis we have magnetic field. The wave will traverse in z direction. So they are perpendicular to both electric and magnetic field. Okay. So direction of wave travel is always perpendicular to both electric and magnetic field. See this diagram here. In the along the y-axis there is EY means electric field. Along the z-axis there is magnetic field. So direction of wave travel will be along the x-axis. This is the basic concept of waves. Okay. They are perpendicular to the direction of both electric magnetic field, and electric magnetic field are always perpendicular to each other. Okay. These electromagnetic waves are called transverse electromagnetic waves. Now for free space we know epsilon equals to epsilon naught, mu equals to mu naught. But relative permittivity epsilon r equals to 1. Okay. Relative permeability mu r equals to 1. You already know these things. For free space I'm talking about. Now as I said, conductivity for free space is 0. There will not be any conduction. If there is no conduction current, and conduction current density also will be 0. So J we can write as 0. JC can write as 0. Okay. Now consider all the Maxwell equations. Del cross E equals to minus of del B by delta T. This is for which case? Case 1. When the loop is static but the magnetic field is time varying. For that case. Okay. Now take curl on both the sides. If you take curl on both the sides, we get del cross E equals to minus of del T of del cross B. Now as per vector identity, we know del cross E can be written as what? Del into del dot EM minus del square EM. Okay. Gradient of divergence of electric field minus double differential of electric field or Laplacian of electric field equals to what? Del cross B, B equals to mu naught into H. So minus mu naught into del T of del cross H. Now very important concept here. Recall static electromagnetic fields. In static electromagnetic fields, del dot E equals del dot E was rho V by epsilon naught. Correct. And del cross E was 0. Correct. Del dot E rho V by epsilon. That means some positive value was there. Del dot E equals some positive value for static electromagnetic fields. But del cross E was 0 as the electric field was conservative in nature, that in that case, or irrotational, whatever you can say. In this case, in time varying electric fields, del dot E is 0, but del cross E is non-zero. Del cross E is minus del V by delta T. Correct. Now, why del cross E equal to 0? Time varying electric field cannot diverge from a point. From a point, time varying electric field cannot diverge. Okay. So static and this one is the opposite to each other. In static, whatever was 0 is not 0 here. Understood? So you can write minus of del square EM equals to minus of mu naught del T of JC plus del D by delta T. Okay. So just now I discussed. Now for time varying fields, del cross H will not be equal to J. It will be equal to JC plus del T by delta T. This is displacement current density and this is conduction current density. So you can write ultimately del square EM equals to mu naught into del T of del epsilon naught E delta T, because D equals to epsilon naught E. You know already. D equals to epsilon naught E. As it is free space, we are writing only epsilon naught. Okay. Now, as I said, for free space, conduction current density will be 0 because there is no conduction, there is no conductivity in free space. So conduction current will be 0, conduction current density also will be 0. So Jc equal to 0 you can put here. So ultimately we will get this equation del square Em equals to mu naught epsilon naught del square E by del T whole square. If you resolve into three components, Cartesian components, you can write del square E by del x square plus del square E by del y square plus del square E by del z square equals to mu naught epsilon naught del square E by del T square. So this equation represents that electric field moves in space as a function of time. Okay. So we'll discuss this much today. If you have any doubts, you can tell me. Otherwise, we'll end our session here. Thank you so much.